There's a ghost that's running down my town, and name it round the door.
It's called The Ramp because you walk down a ramp, because we're not that clever to think of anything else. It's the craziest, most stupid place you've ever seen, with a great stage, great lighting, a great team, and thankfully, and I mean it thankfully, lots and lots and lots of great bands playing here. So we're extremely grateful for that. We've had big bands play, we've had small bands play, we've had kids play, we've had album launches done here, we've had videos filmed here, because we do things a little bit differently. We're private, we're independently owned and run, and we just can do all sorts of silly things to promote what we feel like it, and it seems to have worked. It's about grassroots music. It'll never get any bigger than this. We can't grow as a size as a venue, but I don't think we need to, because we're right at the sharp end of everything.
Grassroots scene, it was very good. Like I said, the bands from the lower classes got more opportunities back in the day because it was a world of AR agents. It was a cool thing to do, go to Manchester, pick out a band from a council estate and throw money to develop that raw talent into something marketable, which that's gone out the game now. So there isn't people elevating grassroots people, so it's become a sort of self-made model. So if you've got every aspect now in a band, you've got to wear the clothes, you've got to have the talent, you've got to be able to put yourself out there every week, make sacrifices, gig relentlessly, sometimes to 10 people, sometimes to 30, sometimes to 300. But it's enduring, it's a lot harder now than it used to be. Yeah, there's no financial incentive, so if you're a musician now, you're not really doing it for a financial incentive, you're doing it for the art and to hope, and just to have a dream and to achieve. And sometimes it's just great to achieve things with your mates for a few years when you're young, That's pretty much what it's about. It's not always about the bands with the money or the rich parents. It's about just leveling that playing field so everyone has access to music, equipment. We always had this saying that if Jimi Hendrix's dad didn't give him a guitar at 15, the world wouldn't have known about his talent, and that's likewise in so many things. So, there's a world of people out there that have talents that they don't even know because they've not got the access to the tools to explore those talents.
We are three, four of us, we're from Warrington, and it's our first time at the Ramp, and it's a very, very cool venue. And for us, Grassroots is so important, first because we're a Grassroots band, but also how it just keeps live music alive in a sense, because there's so many big arenas now and stuff where there's a lot of pyrotechnics and extra stuff of shows, where with these grassroots venues, it's just you, the musicians on stage, and it's a really good vibe. So I think that's a really important part of keeping music alive. And also, when you keep music alive, there has to be the next Ed Sheeran, the next Arctic Monkeys playing in these small venues, and if they don't get the opportunity to learn their craft in these small places, they'll never get the big places.
Everybody who's big has been grassroots.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, really important we've got snare noise now, but it's very important to have grassroots music.
Oh yeah, we're temperamental. We drove up here from by Bedford today, so it took us 4 hours to get here. We've come the first time in the Ramp. It looks like an amazing venue. I wish we had something nearby us that was actually this good. The scene's not great for the grassroots around by us, but I mean everyone's excited to be here.
Yeah,
hopefully we get a good crowd. Yeah.
It'd be cool to play.
We've been playing all up and down the UK, and grassroots venues are the lifeblood of the UK. Grassroots venues are important to have musicians for tomorrow, because the musicians of today need a place to cut their teeth and get out there and do their work. The Ramp and Horwich, able to get in here, beautiful space, friendly people, great sound. It allows us to put our best show forward to a crowd that are happy to hear original music and celebrate in the music of Motorhead and other bands that we idolise.
Guitar music is certainly back on. There seems to be a little community that's developed over the last 2, 3, 4 years. Look at when you say Manchester specifically, I think there's so many good grassroots venues in Manchester. I think it's been a bit of a challenge over the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Grassroots scene for me has taken, obviously it took a nosedive. I can't talk about the reasons why, I don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that thanks to organisations like Music Venue Trust, that on the whole grassroots movement, that artists are thinking about contributing some of their ticket price, MVT is buying venues so that they don't own, that they can stabilise venues for artists. So I'm an advocate for that. If we haven't got places to play, then what we're going to do, we're getting shut down by that kind of, in Manchester especially, the whole residential part of the properties being sold next to venues, knowing full well that the venue that's in court will lose. But I think we're finding more strength now in terms of organisations supporting artists. Supporting organisations to keep grassroots venues open, and we need them, especially for youngsters. We've got our places to play, obviously, but also that they're supportive of the artists, because it's a two-way street.
Once upon a time you used to be able to sell records, and now nobody needs to buy a record, you can just stream it, so the artists struggle that way. So I think the only real way to do anything and continue to make anything is to be able to play live, because that's where you grow your audience, and that's where you can sell tickets, and that's where you can get an income from.
So I would suggest that at grassroots of any kind, you need to build your own following, and selling downloads, release music, put music out and sell it to your fans, even if it's on Bandcamp. Do you know what I mean? Create your own fan base, cultivate your own fan base. And then when you do get the opportunity to sign a record deal, do not sell your fans. So grassroots, start in your bedroom, do your research, and use all the digital tools that are out there to cultivate your own fan base, do as many live gigs as you can, connect to your fans, sell them your music directly.
Well, yeah, grassroots is the future of rock and roll, isn't it? There's always somebody who's going to come up, but I think the music industry needs to give these kids a more of a lift and more money and help these kids along, because there's so many amazing bands.
It all came about through a young kids music project that we run called Rocket, which started, I'm going to say about 10 years ago. I became involved in that 4 years ago, and it needed a home. The Rocket project, from the age of 10, 12, 13, go on to be in studios, recording EPs, doing tours. Venue-wise, venues struggle to keep going, but we managed to somehow. I think music-wise, Grassroots has never been stronger. I think the amount of emerging new bands that we see come through, that we help to work with, that are gigging around, the Northwest and things. I think there are more and more, and when I'm classing Grassroots, I'm talking about live performances, playing instruments. That's all I can really talk on. We're a double community award winning venue already, and then we've been open 2.5 years and we've won twice in a row. It's about getting kids that think that there's nobody else like them out there, showing them that there's hundreds of kids like them out there, that they want to form bands, they want to songwrite, they want to get involved, and they get up on that stage.
Get me out the door. I work around to make the world go round. don't give a fuck when the people lie down. Power over